Hey, this is your seventh playoff team. And you think about your career. How fortunate do you feel that under different coaches, different coordinators, different everything that you've had? You know, there's been some downtimes, but you've had all this success since you got here.
You know what, man? It's definitely a blessing just to be in this situation. I'm just soaking it all up, one day at a time. Because it's like, like what Selleck told me one time, man, I went my first year. I mean, I didn't get back to that last year when he retired. And so I'm just trying to make sure, I go out and finish the deal. And that's making sure we take care of this week so that we can get there. And then, we'll handle that when it comes. But, just excited for the opportunity.
I know you've got your sights set on bigger goals, but considering what you went through personally over the past year and a half, were you disappointed when the comeback player of the year finalists came out and you went on there?
You know what? That's all for people to, vote on and, who they think. I mean, I'm not really worried. I'm just happy that I'm on a winning team this year. I'm happy the way our team, bounced back from last year. And then for me, bouncing back from an injury that, a lot of people don't normally come back from. But in my mind, I came back from it, and I'm thankful for it. And I'm just trying to make sure I finish out the deal by just giving everything I got. And then we can talk about all that after the season over with.
DG, the NFL posted a video of you talking some trash before the Giants game, Daniel Jones and some of the other captains at the coin toss. Is that typically what you do if you're out there for captain, or are you just a little amped for a playoff game, division rival?
Oh, that's normal. That's normal me, just having fun with it. Man, I mean, I always talk to Saquon because, Saquon always, got something good for me. This time in particular, I don't know why he wasn't really saying much, but I know that, it's always fun when I can see familiar faces, been here a long time, and everybody know how I'm coming.
Mikey, you played with D'Amico Ryans as a player. What kind of player was he? Obviously very good, but
Smart, like one that knew what plays was coming. He used to call out plays behind us. I mean, just saying, hey, watch out for this. Like we had certain calls and what's the name? I see the 49ers got the same type of thing. Like when I seen them play against the Cowboys, they was checking the certain stuff because of certain looks and certain things that they knew what was coming. And that's D'Amico all day. He was one that helped a lot of guys. I know him, and I know Michael Kendricks thanked him a lot when he was here because he was one that would help him on the field stuff, let him know what he's seeing, and then just he was able to make Mike play a lot faster because he was the leader of the defense, and you could tell by just how he coaching that he's very smart. Just one that just want to get the job done, get in the position to get the job done.
Talked about the Giants sort of video. That's your nature. We know you're energetic. You're going to talk some things. Does that amp up when you have a rookie quarterback on the other side?
Oh man, it's always hype either way. Whatever quarterback's in there. I mean, if Tom was on the other side, I got to talk some stuff to Tom, even though Tom might not say much to me. But you just got to let people know that you ready to play, and I feel like that's my sign to let people know I'm ready to play, just by, having a little fun, by just talking a little trash here and there. But I do got to go out there and make sure that I do exactly what it is that I'm talking about, or at least, make it hard.
You made the biggest defensive play of Super Bowl 52. All these years have passed. You look the same. Do you physically feel the same?
Oh, yeah. I feel good, man. I know I'm not the guy that I was early on as far as, man, when I see certain plays back then, I look a lot faster. And I wasn't letting these quarterbacks beat me around the edge on these dang on zone reads. But I do feel like I'm still, pass rushing the same, still being able to, be dominant in the run game, and just, really just enjoying being the leader for the guys, because coming off the bench, man, I can see a lot. I can see a lot to help Haas and Sweaty, and we all be talking about what we seeing out there. And so, man, I try to be that shining light, for them guys, as far as trying to make sure that they keep on elevating their game and make sure that they know what we see on the sideline and what they actually seeing on the field is matching up. So I just enjoying my role on this team, man. And my role has been great this year. It's been fun, and and I can't wait to go out there and play a big role in this game.
BG, I guess it's possible that this could be your last home game after 13 years. Do you think about that kind of stuff? Do you think about the future?
You know what? I haven't really thought about it. I just more so trying to finish the deal on this season, and then we'll talk more as that go. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to stop time as much as I can by just enjoying this moment right here with us, just sitting up in here, man. Because these moments come and go so fast. 1 minute I'm talking to y'all, next minute I'm in there getting ready for work. Next minute the day is over, we on to the next day. And so, man, I'm just like, dang, boy, we're playing for the championship, NFC Championship game, and I haven't only played but one time in it, and you know what we did that year, and so it's cool to be in this moment again, and I know that our team gonna put our best foot forward this week to make sure we go out there and give us a chance to go get this win.
Just what you're saying, you've only done this once before. If you think back 5 years ago, when you were this close and you could taste it, Super Bowl, how did you guys get yourself to kind of stay in the moment and not look too far ahead? Like, we're almost there. And what advice can you give the guys who haven't been there yet based on that experience?
Treat it like a regular week. Like, you stay consistent on your regimen and what you do. We know what's out there. I mean, we know we one game away, but it's no pressure. It should be, man. We've been working our butt off for this moment. All we got to do is stay consistent with what we've been doing, and my regimen is to wake up in the morning and be here by like 7:30. Make sure I'm getting the steam room, sauna. Same things. Keep it the same, and then make sure that when you out there playing, out there practicing, making sure that you paying attention to the details that you did last week, and it's just a focus that you got to have on what you got to do, because our game plan has to be carried out on Sunday, but we got to make sure that we work on it during the week. And, and I know for me, I want to make sure that I know everything coach is trying to do this week and make sure that I'm in the best position possible to make plays when they come my way. And so I just tell the guys, just stay focused on your details on what it is that got us to this point, and don't let those little details slip because of the moment. Don't get caught up in the hype. Just make sure that you ready for when your play come. Then all the hype will be after the game, after you win the game. So just make sure that you take care of business this week, enjoy your role, and make sure we keep sharpening each other.
Jalen, what's it mean to you to be a finalist for the MVP?
I didn't know. Put the work in. I think it's a cool honor. Don't really have much to say about it. I don't know. I'm at a loss of words for it, to be honest.
Hey, Jalen, there was a lot of talk. You and Brock Purdy met in college when you were in Oklahoma. Exciting game, 42-41. Do you have any memories of that game and how it kind of unfolded?
Yeah, we obviously two different teams, two different times. I remember getting out early, and then had like 5 touchdowns in the first half. And then I think it was like 35-14 at halftime or something like that. And then they ended up coming back. Kennedy Brooks made a real good run, made it like 42-something. But, yeah, it was a good game. Glad we won.
Jalen, is there any way that you could put into words the competitive inferno that lives in you, within you?
I don't know. I think I just have the desire to win. I think I have a desire to win. I put the work in for it. Try and be diligent with everything. Try and be the best teammate and leader that I can be, and ultimately try and set the pace and set the temperature of the room. I think the thing about leadership, I say it all the time, is people lead because their peers let them lead. And, it takes a lot of hard work. That takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of trust. And ultimately, all those things bring respect, And I think as a team, we just come a very long way. And the beautiful thing about everything is that we've continued to just try and climb. I tell them all the time, I said, there is no point where you'll arrive. There's only the journey. And we just want to continue to live on that journey, but definitely trying to take steps in the right direction, making daily deposits and putting the work in every day, staying true to ourselves and our process.
Do you ever think about how far you've come personally over the last couple of years, or is that not really your nature to look back like that?
Yeah, it's not the time for me to reflect on that because I'm not done.
Jalen, across the-
Do you have any, did you know Rob Purdy before that game when you guys played Iowa State? And also, what were your impressions after watching him that day?
Yeah, no, I have a lot of respect for him. He's always been a really good player, has a lot of moxie, he makes plays, and he's been doing that since college, so there's no surprise to him when he was given this opportunity to see the success he's having now.
Jalen, everybody knows what's at stake with this game. One more win, you're in the Super Bowl. Does it become more challenging to keep that day-to-day focus at this stage?
Yeah, I think, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I think it depends on the person. I think we're trying to stay focused on what's important, and that's just, truly enjoying the moment, enjoying and attacking the process in front of us this week and taking it day by day. So, kind of want to never get too high, never get too low with it.
Jay, across many different statistics, this is a top defense in the 49ers. What stands out as you compare to them?
Yeah, they're really good all across the board, and I think it starts off with their front seven and then having a really good defensive back group. They fly to the ball. They're disruptive at every position. They're well coached. So we have a task in front of us. We have a really good challenge, really big challenge in front of us. And as always, we just want to go out there and execute, try and be efficient.
In addition to your work ethic, how important to your development and success has it been having an offensive staff willing to, adapt to your skill set?
Yeah, I think it's kind of always been that way throughout the years. I think it's always kind of been that way throughout the years because ultimately the way I play the game is always taking over regardless of how the coach calls the game or what his background is or whatever it is, So I think for us to have time and have had time to grow together, being here, this being my first time having back-to-back play callers in consecutive years, I think that has allowed us to build a relationship with one another and kind of learn the game and ultimately be on the same page in how we see the game. So we're all kind of clicking on all cylinders, and I think that's been good. And obviously, having being able to play with friends. I'm playing with a lot of my friends that I've known for a while now. And we all have the same ambitions. We all have the same goals. So we go out there and we lay it all on the line for one another because we're all connected and we have that relationship.
Any specific moments from this season stand out where you've seen those things to benefit from?
I think the moments that stand out are the moments of adversity. Because I think in adverse moments, that's when you find out, the foundation you laid for yourself long ago. So, I think back of how we've been able to persevere through certain situations this year, overcome certain things, and be together through it all. So.
We saw Dallas Goedert early on in the last game come out with a stiff arm, maybe slap with a stiff arm, and physical play of the offensive line. What is the mentality of the physical play, especially when you're facing a defense like this?
Yeah, I think nothing changes in terms of how we want to play the game. We want to go out there and control the things that we can control, do our jobs, try and do it at a high level, and be the team we've been.
Jalen, being this close, one game away, how much are you leaning on the guys that have been here, Jason Kelsey, Wayne Johnson, E.G., and their experience, and how much can that help you guys haven't been here yet? Yeah,
I'm leaning on what we've done. I'm leaning on the team that we built ourselves to be. I'm leaning on, the process that we've had for ourselves. I think we have a standard, and sometimes it's if you win, win or lose, you obviously want to lose, but do you play to your standard? That's what I'm leaning on.
Jalen, is this the best you've felt at this stage physically? How are you feeling this week heading into?
I felt better, but don't really matter. It's gotta get it done.
D'Amico is a guy you used to watch in Houston when you would attend practices there. Did anything stand out about him? Did you guys interact at all?
No, I was a little kid. I'm sure I've gotten a signed pair of cleats or a signed ball from him or something like that. But I think obviously going back to Houston, reflecting on it now, I didn't realize how important that was to me and how big it was. And winning that game when we played the Houston Texans, when I was in the stadium, I kind of realized how cool that was, considering my background and history with the team and growing up in the city and always being in their facilities and all that. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool moment to be playing against him and knowing I watched him. Same with J.J. Watt. I watched J.J. Watt as a kid. Played against him this year, so it's cool.
Stick two more, and then we'll get Goddard in here.
Jalen, when you were saying after the game that, mentally you were already in the state where you knew you'd be able to take a hit on your shoulder and everything. Like, how do you get there mentally? Like, what kind of process is that to get to that point?
I think it's just preparing yourself. I think you can prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. So that's what I kind of do.
Dallas, I saw in the lining of your suit jacket on Saturday night, you had Captain America and Catwoman in there. You're a big comic book guy, superhero fan, and why those two characters?
So it had a bunch of the superheroes. It had Captain America in there too. I just really liked the design of it. I like the superheroes, and then I felt like it goes good with kind of what we have going on here with, the Batmans, things like that. So I just figured it was cool. It was a cool line, and I just liked it.
Gotti, what's your reaction to Jalen being a finalist for MVP?
I think he should win it. I think he's been the biggest piece of what we've done this year. I think he's been incredible all year. It's obviously an incredible thing for him, an incredible achievement to be up there. And, I'm not sure who even votes for all that, but hopefully he gets them all. So give it to Jay. On my behalf.
Give it to you.
I thought you were raising your hand for a question. You joined this team a year after it won the Super Bowl. How much did you hear about that team from the guys that were in that locker room? And what does it mean for you now to be one step away from getting back there?
Yeah, obviously coming here right after the Super Bowl, the whole team right away had high expectations, They got there, and, the thing was we wanted to do it again. And it took us quite a few years, but just coming to a team and seeing how close they were, how much fun they had the year before, things like that, it was obviously something that a lot of people wanted to do. And now that we have that opportunity, we're getting closer and closer to that time. We're leaning on the people that were there before to take us to the homeland again. The Kelce's, the Fletch, the BG, people like that's been there, use their experience to try to help us make it even further.
What's the key when you face?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just following up, what sort of tangible things are you learning from them?
Really, Kelsey probably says it best. It's just you got to continue to be you, but at the same time, you got to prepare harder. You got to pay attention to the little details. You got to find an edge because at this time, with 4 teams left, you're going to be playing against good players. You're going to be playing against good schemes. You're going to be playing against. It's always going to be good. So just finding little ways to be able to be more detailed than the opposing team or, just find little things that can help you play faster, things like that. And, Kelsey's a prime example of that. He always got something that he can point out of what the defense is going to do, why they're going to do it. And, just having smart players like them on the team is huge.
When you face a defense that doesn't really have any obvious weaknesses, what are the keys to having success?
It just kind of goes back down to the details and executing. We kind of get a benefit. I feel like we have a very good defense with not very many weaknesses, and we got to go against them all camp, all off season. Even up until last week, we were going against them. So it's just really being on your stuff. You got to have your details. You can't wait for a play to happen, you got to make sure you're always ready to make that play because plays are hard to make. There's going to be tight coverage. Everything's going to be contested. Pressure's going to get back there a little bit more often. You got to make sure you're on your A game at all times.
Obviously,
Most thing you care about is getting to this next step, getting to the Super Bowl. Was there a little bit extra motivation when they also have one of the great tight ends in the league?
A little bit. I mean, you could definitely spell it up that way. I never get a play against George. I'm more excited about the matchup with me and 97. He's an incredible player. I love playing some of the best DNs. That's a challenge. It's fun to compete against the best. So, I look forward to that more so than the tight end on the other side.
Since Nick and Shane got here, the offense has evolved. What have you made of that? Have any parts of it surprised you, and where do you guys feel like you're at?
Yeah, the offense obviously changed, bringing in a whole new coaching staff. I think they've been great. The detail that they coach with, the execution they expect on every single play. They're so detailed, and when they're installing the plays, they show a clip of what you did and a clip of what it's supposed to look like. And when you make it look like that clip, they give you praise. If it doesn't look like that clip, they show you the clip again. So they're very detailed, and they want it to look a certain way. And over the last 2 years, I feel like as a team we've been closer and closer to getting perfect clips on tape. So it's just a product of repetitive coaching, and they want to, when we call a play, they want us to have the clip in our head of what it's supposed to look like. So I think it's just the detail that they bring into the game, and then obviously they're super smart coaches and take a lot of time to get us in good positions and get good plays against good defenses and try to put us in the best position always.
Do you feel like you should be mentioned in the same breath as Travis Kelce and George Kittle?
I thought I should be mentioning that breast ever since I was a rookie, but that's the self-confidence that I have in myself. It doesn't bother me whether people think it or not. I don't really worry too much about other people's thoughts. Obviously, the people in this building think very highly of me, and, that's ultimately who I'm playing for, the people in this building. So that's all that really matters to me.
Faced a lot of adversity personally this season. Does that give you a different type of perspective as the team is making this type of run? Do you play more free? Do you play kind of in the mindset of, this can change any play?
Yeah, I mean, we actually talked about it a lot in college. It was just play loved. You never know when your last play is going to be. This is the same thing when it comes to this, and even more so. It's every game is game 7 now. It's win or go home. So you just kind of got to leave it all out there, because the last thing you want to do is wake up on Monday morning and say, man, I wish I would have tried a little bit harder on this play. If I would have chased that down, maybe I could have made something happen. So this time of the year, it's definitely you just lay it all out there, because, it could be your last time going out there for a very long time.
Is there an aspect of your game that's improved because of those clips specifically?
I'd say my route running has benefited the most since Sirianni and Steichen has been here. I'm not really watching tight ends run routes. I'm watching Julio Jones, Keenan Allen. I get the benefit of watching A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith firsthand every day, who are just phenomenal receivers who seem like they can get open at ease. So just having the group of people in the room, coaches and players, I feel like has helped me tremendously.
Is that you watching wide receivers and not tight ends?
I think to an extent. It's a lot of times we would watch wide receivers or tight ends and what they're doing and stuff, but wide receivers seem to be a little bit more fluid, a little bit better at route running, and I just feel like that benefits me, because that's ultimately what I want to do when I'm running routes. I want to look like a receiver, and when I'm blocking, I want to block like an O-lineman. So, that's just kind of, I feel like watching receivers is more beneficial for me, just because their one job is to run routes.
In the offseason,
more for
Dallas, you guys sort of all get together, tight end university. Do you get to know George a little bit better there? And why do you think he's so good at playing tight end?
Yeah, me and George, good friends, talk back and forth after the games this weekend, talking about how excited we are to see each other and stuff. But yeah, he's a tremendous athlete, and I think his mentality, just as much as anything, he goes out there and he's not going to let anybody beat you. He's going to run full speed right through your face. And Marshawn probably said it best. People can't just take that over and over again. You keep running through somebody's face, and eventually they're going to give up. And George does a great job of that, playing super physical. He's fast, he's strong. He's kind of got all the intangibles as well as a great mindset going into it.
This past Saturday was your first second home playoff game, first night game. What did you make of the crowd atmosphere there?
It was everything I expected and a little bit more. The Philly fans have been great ever since I've been here. The Philly fans make away games feel like home games a lot of the time, so I knew it was going to be rocking. But when I got in there, it exceeded my expectations a little bit. It was loud the whole time. There was a few times on offense that it was so loud we had to use the silent cadence. It was a huge part of the success that we had in that game of the atmosphere of the crowd, and it was tremendously fun to play in.